So you're ready to get a pay rise at work, but there's just one little problem. You need to ask your boss for a pay rise. Don't worry, I got you. Here are some things that I've learned about how to increase your income and ask for a pay rise at work successfully. Let's dive in. You know what? I think Eminem really summarized what it's like asking your boss for a pay rise really well with this song. Yo, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. I hope you enjoyed my rap battle, but maybe I'll just leave it to Eminem and the professionals. But asking for a pay rise can feel like this. It's really nerve-wracking. But learning how to ask for a pay rise successfully is one of the best ways that we can increase our income fast. The way I see it is we really have nothing to lose. The worst thing they can do is say no, and the best thing that they can do is give us that pay rise that we've been wanting. But it is really important to do some prep work beforehand so you don't just go in all guns blazing. So here are some tips on what you can do in the lead up to asking for a pay rise. The first tip, and the most important tip, is to smash the like button on this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. What did you expect me to say? Of course it's the most important tip. I'm just kidding. The first tip is to start with the end in mind. Picture you at your performance review, all confident and professional, like that scene in Legally Blonde where Elle Woods struts into the courtroom to question that witness and blows everybody away. That's how you want to picture your performance review going down. What kind of things would you like to bring up in your performance review as evidence of going above and beyond your job description? Have a think about what these things could be and then start writing them down so then you can start doing those things and work backwards from that goal. The second tip is to take on new challenges and responsibilities with a growth mindset, but also take a mental note of all of the extra responsibilities that you've added onto your job. This will make you a lot more valuable to the company because you are going above and beyond your job description. The third tip is to start brainstorming some new initiatives and new ideas that you can take on to help your company even more outside of your job description. Pitch these ideas to your boss and then start implementing them. The fourth tip is to try and upskill yourself as much as possible, even outside of work, by doing side hustles. All of the new skills that you've been working on in the background can also help with your full-time job. And if you've done all of these things and you are consistently hitting your targets and making sure that you are keeping up with your responsibilities and duties of your job, the next step is to learn how to negotiate your salary in the actual performance review. So here's how you can ask for a pay rise based on my own experience. So tip numero uno is to actually start having a look at the job that you were actually hired to do, and then see if there are any extra responsibilities or jobs that you've had to take on that were outside of the job that you were initially hired to do. Have you had to train people and start managing people, which is something that you haven't actually been hired to do? Have you taken on extra responsibilities that weren't yours to begin with? Have you had to teach your boss how to use Instagram and explain what TikTok is? I'm just kidding, but you get the picture. The second tip is to look at how much more efficient you've become at your job. What have you learned in the past couple of months or years that have enabled you to do your job more efficiently or better? And what have you done with this extra time for the company that is outside of the job that you were initially hired to do? The third step is to have a look at similar roles at other companies and see how much those salaries are. If you have picked up extra responsibilities and/or you've become a lot more efficient at the responsibilities that you were initially hired to do, how much more value have you given to the company that you're working for? I know this may be a little tricky, but try to quantify this and then show the working out for your numbers. And the final step is to walk into that performance review confident and prepared to ask for a pay rise. Make sure you do include all of the things that I've listed above, including how have you become more efficient in your role, and how much more valuable have you become to this company that you're working for, and why is this raise justified? Make sure you show the working out for your numbers. Sometimes though, the company that we're working for might not be able to give us the pay rise that we're looking for, or even the future job prospects that we're after. Maybe they just don't have the budget right now, or there aren't any other roles that you could move into that justify a higher salary. If that's the case, then it's completely up to you about what you want to do from here. Are you happy to stay where you are on the salary that you're currently on, or would you like to take on a new job at a different company? In my experience, you're in the best position to negotiate a higher salary when you're moving into a new role, rather than if you have stayed at that company for a couple of months or a couple of years. Because after all, they do want you to join their team, so you might as well ask for a little bit more upfront. Because once you eventually do get that role, it will be a lot harder to negotiate negotiate a higher salary after that. And that's how essentially I've been able to get a high salary at a pretty early age, because I have moved around companies quite a lot and I have increased my income each time that I have moved to a different company. But of course, take this with a grain of salt, because every industry and every company is different, and to some businesses and employers this might look really sketchy. So those are my tips on how to negotiate a higher salary. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. You guys are the real. Since you have made it this far, I'm gonna let you in on our secret code word, which is tree. So make sure you write me a comment with the word tree in it, just so I know who the real MVPs are. That's right, I'm looking at you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did like this video, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos about investing and personal finance. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! And if you'd like to see some more videos, I've got some links to some videos here, so make sure you click the links and click through to another video.